And now we move really to a very interesting fireside chat. We have the privilege to have online two amazing ladies, Anusha Dandapani, and she serves as the Chief Data and AI Officers at the UN International Computing Center. Okay, so I'm gonna do the quick introduction now for Anusha. So thank you, Anusha, for being with us. You serve as the Chief Data and AI Officer at the United Nations Computing Center. In this role, you are responsible for creating and overseeing the growth of data and AI services at UNIC. You advise and partners with other UN organizations, industry, and academia on solving their business problems by leveraging AI, machine learning, data analytics, data engineering, data science offerings, and capabilities. So previously, you were a data scientist at Barclays, where you led several strategic initiatives related to electronic surveillance and financial crime compliance. So from end-to-end management, from requirement, to working with the program management and collaborating with data scientists and machine learning teams, you've been really at the full spectrum. And you're working in the financial service industry since 2004, and at the same time, you're an adjunct professor, and you teach a course on data visualization and visual analytics. You're listed as Constellation Global AI 150 Leaders and the feature of 2024-2025, Global Data Power Women list for 2003, 2002, and Data IQ 100 USA in 2023. Thank you, Anusha, for being with us. And we also have Dr. Rola Ghneim Khreis. She's the first woman director of the Information Technology Division and Chief Information Officer at IAEA, where she leads the agency business technology strategy and digital transformation initiatives. With over 35 years of experience in enterprise IT and 30 years working at migrations, cybersecurity modernization, and data-driven innovation to enhance basically business performances, she's recognized as a leader, and she emphasizes strong stakeholder relationships that are based on trust and partnership. Rola is very passionate about mentoring future technology leaders and advancing diversity in tech. I'm very happy, and really we're very proud to have you online, and as what we discussed before, hopefully next year you can join us in person in Beirut. So now we're very eager to hear about, this fireside chat that you're going to be taking us with for 20 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mariette, and thank you for bringing both of us to this wonderful Women in Data Science Forum in Beirut. And as you suggested, we make a promise that hopefully we will be there present in person next year. We are looking forward to connecting with the women leaders and I'm also looking forward to understand the perspective of what's cooking in your side of the data science. Yeah. Without further ado, perhaps Rola, I might want to start kicking off this session from your perspective as a woman leader in information technology. Yeah. Could you share key moments in your journey and how you have shaped your career so far, especially when it comes to data, AI, and the digital strategies, right? Like, how do you focus on promoting inclusivity and for social good?
Thank you, Anusha. And good morning to you, Anusha. I know it's very early for you, but also good afternoon. I'm extremely thankful for this opportunity, for giving me the opportunity to talk to people in my home country. So I really feel, as you know, I do lots of talks, but I was telling you this is very, very special to my heart. And I really appreciate the opportunity to give me to talk about the journey and share some of the perspectives. As you mentioned before, that it is a long journey. It has been 35 years of working in enterprise IT. The journey has been challenging, but also rewarding and transformative. I can say that I have I started, I left Lebanon in 1991 when I graduated and finished and started working. And actually, I even started working in the private sector in Lebanon first. Then I moved to Europe, where I've been already working more than 30 years with international organizations. So I started with the Organization of Security and Cooperation in Europe, where there I started with ERP strategies, and then later I joined the agency, the International Atomic Energy Agency, and we were focusing more on IT. But the transformation has been that instead of focusing on an IT as a service, we started thinking that we want to be partners. We want to work together with the business in order to deliver the value that they see. Because we do IT, yes, lots of cloud transformation strategies, and now AI strategy and data governance and principles and standards. But the aim is not actual data or the strategy or itself or the IT. The aim is, what is it that we can do, again, for the greater good? And in order, so we've put lots of strategies in place, but the most important thing is that these strategies were supported by two main, even more important strategies, and that's the collaboration and the inclusivity. To include people, to make sure that the diversity is there, whether from the geographical perspective or the gender perspective. And you asked me to share stories, and I can share lots of stories, but I still remember the days where I was the only woman on the table. And now I'm very proud to say that in my division, which is quite a big division, I have 47% women. And I'm very proud to say also that I have at least 49 countries represented in my division only. And I'm not talking about the agency as a whole. So I'm very proud of this achievement. And I truly believe that this diversity brought to the table creativity, innovation, and also understanding of different cultures and different, and I say, yes, we lead transformations, but we ourselves transform also. We transform with the knowledge that we capture, with learning and listening to others in the team. So I'm extremely happy and proud of what I have achieved. And I always say, I did it. I was able to do it, so every single one can do it, and I did it on my own, without any official support, as you know. So I hope, I know I'm aware of the time. I think I would like to talk to you, Anusha, and ask you from because I know that you're very much interested in research, and how do you think we can bridge research and real-world implementation in the global South context?
Thank you, Rola. And I think that is a very powerful question, Rola, because I think reflecting it from a women's lens, right? Like, I believe women leaders like you actually play a very catalytic role in defining what is responsible, what are those responsible practices that we can actually learn from the research or the academia, and what is it that we can bring as a lessons learned to the UN ecosystem, right? Like, at the UN, we are seeing a lot of women lead initiatives, especially focusing on, right now, efficiency is the key for all of us. Like, we all have been mandated to adopt to things, to the system, especially that actually brings more efficiency, right? But I think bringing the examples of what good looks like from the collaborations that we have with academia and the research partnership actually makes the UN system aware of things that can be used or things that can be considered from a social context, from a technology context, and also from an AI algorithm context, right? Like, so in many sort of ways, we believe that we can learn a lot from our partnerships, this multi-stakeholder partnerships that we have with academia or our research partnerships. I think women leaders always bring this integrative lens. Like, as you started with ERP as your first journey in your digital transformation, right? We also believe like connecting people, connecting technology, connecting community, connecting outcomes is a very important need of the hour right now, right? Like in this current climate where we are all trying to sort of address the challenge that we are all posted with the limited budget, lot of constraints on what we can perhaps do in the past versus now. So I think our challenge is to institutionalize these things, and every initiative or every project that we collaborate and work with our organizations, how can we bring that in our decision making process? How can we bring this connecting the technology and the ethics that we learn from the academia? So I think those are some of the good things that we as women leaders can replicate from the research community to the UN system, in my view. Yeah.
Thank you. Absolutely right. Yeah. The purpose is not IT or data. The purpose is to help the community make sense of the data, tell stories, help them with the decision making, with the predictive analytics. Absolutely true.
Yes.
Thank you.
And from this is a question to you now, Rola, pending on to the question you asked me. What do you see the partnership models or this mentorship ecosystems, right? Like, because community structures that we have or we have seen in the past are essentially very less in what do you call accelerating the women's participation, because sometimes it's very hard to be a women leader in this kind of emerging technology fields, especially in the space that you are at. Like, you are perhaps the first woman in the nuclear technology, and you are the first woman who is leading an agency like IAEA. So what are those things that you see in your sort of journey so far, especially on the mentorship ecosystems? What do you see for community?
Well, thank you, Anusha, for very, very, very good question. And yeah, of course, there are the typical things, but I will also bring up a few things of what is it that I have done in order to support first myself and women around me, whether it's within my family, with my friends, or even my staff and people that I know of. Of course, there are the typical things like cross partnerships like this, like what we're having right now. Academia, international organizations, the private sector, and all this. Definitely, a lot can be done there through fellowships, internships, and many things that we do, and through programs that international organizations can develop. For example, at the IAA, we have two specific programs that supports women in nuclear, and we start at an early age so that we support their education. And of course, there's the typical mentorship. And mentorship, I truly believe in it, that it can be structured through programs that are provided by the organizations or the companies or the communities, but also it can be individual. Yeah. I ask every single man and woman, actually, I say both, to not hesitate neither in being a mentor nor a mentee, because this is normal. You know, I say always that I learn every single day. I learn every single day. It can be an IT or AI or data, or it can be also a culture or something about a person, but you keep on learning. And without mentoring, it's going to be very difficult. So coaching and mentoring are extreme pillars in that. But of course, also there's the typical leadership development program where we can support each other, but it can't be formal. But what's more important is also what we do and how we help. And I'll give you an example. I truly believe that without the support that I got from my family, from my father and mother when I was raised, I wouldn't be able to be here where I am today.
Yeah.
Also, the support that I got from my husband, even my kids. You know, I have two grown-up, independent kids. That throughout the cycle, you know, it has to be all together. That
Yeah.
we need to work all together.
Yeah.
But in addition to all that, I truly believe that we need to believe in ourselves. We need to say, okay, you know, I can do it. Yes, life is full of challenges, but each challenge brings an opportunity and brings for us a chance either to fail and learn from it, and then next time we don't do it, or we succeed and then we do again more and more and more. So I truly believe in how you can build your own support system, but the support system is not only the family. The support system can also be from the community that is around you, whether it's the colleagues or the organization itself, and how you build your network. So some people say, networking, it's networking. No, truly believe that networking, when you establish a trusted network where you can share, where you can get the support, when you can learn from, is extremely important for the journey. And I believe without all these, and without the women and the men in my life that I learned from, it wouldn't be a successful journey, and I wouldn't be where I am. I'm very proud of what I've achieved, but I truly believe that we all can do it, each and every single one, and don't let anything stop you. If something happens, yeah, okay, it happens. Good, we learn from it, and life goes on, and we need to continue with that, and that's the message. And these are the things that I would like to mention one thing. The home is extremely important, but you need to look at opportunities and where do they exist. You know, in Austria, where I've been living since '91, there's Daughter's Day, a day in April that is called Daughter's Day. And what I decided to do is the agency has a program where they bring daughters from the different schools on that day, and they show them what are the possibilities, what are the work possibilities that are available there. And since 15 years, I decided I'm going to do IT workshops for the girls. And these are girls between 12 and 16. You know, we started with 15 girls. And we have a certain capacity in the building here. But last year, it was 160 girls.
Wow.
And some of them actually throughout, because I know the parents, it's all from the people who works within the Vienna International Center, so where all the United Nations are hosted in Vienna. And I know lots of the parents who told me, you know, Rola, because of your talks, because of the workshop that you have made, my daughter is now in computer science or in data science and I feel extremely proud. That is the indicator of success to me. And I'm very proud of that.
We all are proud of the work that you do, Rola. We are thankful. we are very thankful that you're here. I think we are up to the mark of our hour. Is there anything that you suggest that we want to share with the community here before we wrap up? Perhaps, do you have any thoughts that you want to share, Rola?
No, I just want to say that we can all make it. We can make a big change in our country as well. I truly believe that. I have to say that, Anusha. I know I'm at the International Atomic Energy Agency, but I'm a Lebanese, and I fully believe in the country and in the capabilities and the people that we have, and I truly believe that we can still build a very strong country. And I really hope that I'll be next year. Unfortunately, this year I got to know very late about the event, but I hope that next year I'll be there and we'll be able to talk more about what the agency does and the real good that we do for the world and how we can do it. But I don't know if there will be some questions, or do we want to open the floor for questions, Mariette?
Yeah, so maybe, thank you so much again. And just to comment on this, Rola, we want you next year, you and Anusha. And just this morning, we had a very insightful panel with 4 ministers, and they were talking a lot about the ecosystem. So your presence would be very timely and very useful. And we'd be very happy to have you. So we're going to open it up for like 1 or 2 quick questions, and then we'll be moving to our last speaker for this track. So any questions from the audience for Rola or Anusha?
Thank you so much, ladies, for this insightful session. I always, when I talk about impact, it's very important to highlight the importance of supporting each other as a woman, and also having men in our lives to support us, because it's life, it's with men and with women. I have a question related to how is it important to embed this type of mindset in our girls that now are facing the harmfulness of the social media and the stagnation of what's currently happening with the technology and AI.
So are you addressing it to anyone specific?
No,
Anusha,
okay. So quick one, Rola and Anusha.
Anusha, do you want to start?
Sure. Perhaps I will lead into it, and you can respond to it. This is a very powerful question. Yeah, thank you for asking this question. I think where we see we as women is first, I think, building networks where we can amplify each other voices. Yeah, that is a very important thing for women. We as women always look for examples of what good looks like. Yeah, when it comes to examples, amplifying voices and making sure the leaders like Rola and colleagues like Maria, they are all amplified, and we give them the possibility to show how we can lead by example. Yeah, because women need more examples to look at. I think that is one thing that we can perhaps do. And second, when it comes to social media, how it is affecting our the next generation, I think we should bring them as the shapers of technology, because instead of just users of technology, when they end up start of shaping what they want the social media to look like, it will be a different kind of an ecosystem that we will create for them. So in my opinion, we have to tackle it as bringing them to the table, having discussions to understand how they want the social media to be shaped like. I think that will be a ideal scenario, but we are not there yet.
I fully agree and echo what Anusha said. I think it has to be 2 fronts. And true, the social media has a big impact, but what we need to do is to try to highlight the good side of it and how can they contribute to making it even better. And also not ignore the other side of the social media and explain why is it not good, or what are the things that we can do in order to prevent, and that you as a young girl or woman, that you can help in shaping that, and you can help in preventing the bad side and enhancing and promoting the good side. And again, also from the I think we should definitely highlight the role models that are there. That I'm sure we have many, even within the UN system. Now the numbers are increasing, not only in the agency but as a whole UN. But also in all sectors and at universities. And I think we have lots of good examples that we can share with our young generation and give them a good hope for the future.
We look forward for this live exchange next year in Beirut, inshallah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Yeah,